Yo, what up, what up, what up, and welcome everybody. Welcome back to Pnoid News. Man, listen, yo, look, all right. This here is a this is a news conference from Mario Cuomo, and he's gonna get grilled by a bunch of people from the New York press. It's gonna be great. We're gonna sit here and like watch, probably about 20 minutes of this shit. And we're gonna react to it. I'll be honest, I have not seen all of this yet, but we're gonna get to it. Let's get it done.
From Andrew Sif at WNBC TV. Andrew, your line is now open. Please unmute your microphone.
Governor, good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. I have two questions. The first question has to do with the nursing home situation. You've described this void, but to clarify here, the void doesn't fully explain what state lawmakers say, which is that they had been asking for that data for months, long before your rationale that you couldn't give it to them because the DOJ took precedence. So I'm just wondering if you can explain to people why that data couldn't have been presented to the legislature before August. And my second question has to do with vaccinations. Mayor de Blasio talking about supply problems in the city today, saying it's not all weather related, that they're just not getting enough. And in some cases, it's because the state is holding up the arrival of doses in New York City. I'm wondering if you can clarify what might be happening there.
Okay, let's do the mayor first. I think he's confused, I think is a fair statement. The federal
The mayor is confused. That's a fair statement. He's confused. The mayor de Blasio, he's a confused man. When it comes down, he's a confused man. You know what I'm saying? He's just confused right now. Yo, this guy's a fucking hilarious. Yo, why is it, he looks like Al Pacino in The Devil's Advocate and shit. Yo, legit. Yo, let's keep going.
federal government sends the allocations directly to the city. That's how it works. They don't send, it doesn't go federal government to the state and then the state allocates.
It doesn't go federal government to the state, all right? It goes federal government directly to the city. Mario de Blasio, Mayor de Blasio, the man's a confused guy. He doesn't understand how things work. He's not a smart man. In the end of the day, no disrespect. It's fucking wannabe Goomba fuck.
It goes federal government, FedEx, transport, directly to the city. So he's once again confused. It may be that there are snow delays, but his shipments come directly from the federal government. So he should call the federal government and say the shipment is late. They don't come through the state. We have nothing to do with physically distributing to the state.
You should call the federal. Tell him to get on the line with Biden. All right, just call Biden. Biden's my guy. He knows the deal. Tell you what, Biden, man, you'll get it squared away tomorrow for you. All right, he a little, I'll be honest, man. Biden, his marbles ain't all there, but he a good man who'll get it done for you. Talk to that broad Kamala. All right, like tell you what, she a hell of a dick sucker. And that's what it is.
In terms of the dates of the state request and the DOJ request, I don't know. I thought they were roughly at the same time.
Yes, he participated. Extensive testimony was delivered August 12th by Dr. Zucker and other officials as part of a legislative request. They had a very lengthy public hearing, and the request was a follow-up to that hearing in August. If there are other requests that predate that, we're happy to go back and look.
Yeah, but also, Andrew, on the state legislature's request, I said, yes, we were not timely on responding to state legislators. More importantly, we were not timely enough in providing public information. I get the state legislators. I'm more interested, or just as interested, in getting public information out, and people wanted a lot of information. Now, why was there a delay? Frankly, because everybody was working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day on actually managing the issue.
We was busy, we working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on standing here trying to manage this issue at the moment. I ain't got time to be standing here dealing with legislatures and all their questions and whatnots. Like,
and all these requests take time. Every time you get another request, you have to go back to the nursing homes, you have to put together information, you have to make sure it's right. So there was a delay in providing public information. Once there's a delay, then people say, oh, I wonder why they're not providing the information, and they come up with theories, or just
you always asking questions. I don't know why you always got to be asking me questions. I'm doing the best I can over here, all right? Hey, this is not an easy job. You want to come do this job, you should try to come and tell you what, you're not going to do this job, all right? This job is very difficult. There's no way that you're going to be able to do this job. Don't come over here questioning what it is that I do, okay?
Just you create a void, and then people can add their own theories, right? So Donald Trump adds a theory, everybody adds a theory, and it's a distraction from their issue in politics, right?
It's just a giant distraction, all right? They over here projecting their bullshit on me right now, all right? I don't want to stand here and have to go through all this fucking nonsense or whatever, because people out here don't understand that this here is just politics. They playing politics with this right now. All right? This is complete and utter bullshit. Okay?
Right. Anyway, we'll leave the politics out of it. But I said to the state legislature,
we're going to leave those politics out of this right now. Okay? I'm not even going to mention those politics at the moment.
Yes, we were slow in responding to you. And we told them we were slow in responding to them. And just to be a little hyper-technical, we told them, and they implicitly agreed to the delay. And I'll tell you why you know, Andrew. Because your follow-up question would have been to the state legislator, well, when you didn't get a response, did you send a demand letter? Did you say, I'm going to subpoena the information if you didn't get it?
Look, they didn't even subpoena me for the information. The only way, I'm going to tell you, man, we don't stand here and grant requests from everybody. You better come with a warrant, all right? You better come heavy if you're going to come at me. All right, come heavy or don't come at all. We ain't playing these games right now out here in the governor's office. Okay.
Right. So it was an agreed to delay. Right. But I said to the legislative leaders, yes, I understand state legislators are offended in not getting the information. I get it.
I'll tell you what, he is dragging this on. This is like fucking 6 minutes on this bullshit question. He is literally kneeling and trying to run out the clock right now. That's exactly what the fuck this dude's trying to do.
And we have a lot of work to do. And I want to take the tone down. And we have to do a budget. We have to do vaccinations. We have a lot of important work to do together. And that's what we should be focused on. But also, Andrew, they had all the numbers. They're only,
Yo, hold up. He's like, wait, man. You know what? I didn't run out enough clock on this time, yo. We still got to run out another 30, 40 seconds on this nonsense. I need to stand here and try to Goomba my way through this a little bit more.
There are two basic numbers. How many people died in hospitals and how many people died in nursing homes? Well, we want subsets of that. Okay, but they had the basic numbers all along. Next question.
All right, Governor, next up we have Peter Haskell from WCBS 880. Peter, your line is now open. Please unmute your microphone.
Hello,
Got it. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. It seems one of the questions here is about credibility.
Jesus Christ, somebody's calling the whole way back from the 1940s. It seems one of the main questions here is about credibility. I'll tell you what, that guy Baby Ruth, he don't got any credibility in my book. Fuck out of here. Yo, New York is hilarious.
There are people, Democrats and Republicans, who wonder, did you lie to them?
Is this dude jerking off while he's saying these questions? The fuck, it sounds like somebody's shaking this motherfucker while he's asking the question. Like, bro, are you okay, son? Like, yo, he might be dying right now.
And they say, can we trust this guy still? What do you say to them?
I say, first of all, look at the results, Peter. Can you trust this state's response to COVID? Let's look at the facts. No state was hit as hard as we were. We were ambushed. We went from the highest infection rate to the lowest. We were on the verge of over.
This guy still sounds like he's jerking off. Yo, legit. Yo, the Goomba is over here. We was ambushed, all right? COVID was lurking in the bushes and just hopped out with the ski mask on. He put the gun to my head, and I told him, I said, look here, all right, I'll throw you down a flight of steps. I'll tell you like my brother told me.
Overwhelming the hospitals, like China, like Italy, that never happened. We never wound up in the situation that California is in today. New Yorkers did a phenomenal job. Dr. Zucker did a phenomenal job. That is all a fact. Well, he didn't respond to my request. Yeah, well, he told you he wasn't responding to your request.
I fucking told these people. I ain't fucking responding to your goddamn request. Don't you fucking stand here and ask me these goddamn questions right now. All right.
It's not a credibility question. I said, no, I'm not answering your request.
I said no, all right? You don't fucking get to ask me any of these fucking questions. You understand me, you son of a... I'll throw you down a flight of steps.
Request now. I have a lot going on. We're managing the pandemic. We're responding to the Department of Justice. I said no. It's not credibility. Now, they didn't like the answer. No. I get that. But that's not credibility.
So I might get a second chance.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Is Jack here?
Shh.
Shh. Peter's on the phone. Go ahead, Peter.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact is, you were asked about nursing homes over and over again during these briefings. So did you not know the information, or did you choose not to share it?
I knew the information that I gave you.
I knew the information that I gave you. I'm not going to tell you when I knew that information or when it is that I knew what information that I gave you, all right? I'm not going to tell you what the deal is right now, all right? I've got my own business. I'm dealing with that the second, okay? Legitimately. Stop fucking asking me fucking questions.
Total number of deaths in hospitals, total number of deaths in nursing homes. And Peter, that's what I was focused on. Frankly, I hadn't even heard a lot of these concepts. Well, how many did a nursing home presume dead? I never heard of the concept of presuming someone, presume a cause of death.
I never even heard the concept of presuming. What is this word presume? All right, yeah, I ain't got to understand. I just learned English. All right, legitimately, like, you know, I'm a Goomba. Okay, we don't really speak English where I come from. I don't really know all that. All right, this presuming nonsense. All right, y'all think you're presuming too much of me at the moment. Okay.
How many were in a hospital but then went to a nursing home and went to a hospital? I was not focused on any of that. I sat here every day. I give you the total number of hospital deaths, total number of nursing home deaths, And those were the relevant numbers as far as I'm concerned. Well, state legislators didn't get the information. Yes, Peter, I am telling you, they did not get the information. Also, I'm telling you, ask them to send, they did not call up or send a demand letter or send a subpoena. I think they were actually right.
They didn't stand here and fucking subpoena this information from me. All right? They never even asked for a warrant. When they showed up to my house, I told them, get the fuck out of here, come back with a warrant. They never came back. So I don't know what to tell you, all right? These guys, they didn't ask hard enough. Sometimes when you come, you got to come heavy, all right? Don't you come here all bullshit trying to pretend like I'm just nobody, all right? I ain't nobody, okay? I'm somebody. You need to come and fucking come heavy when you come see me.
And I think they were actually fair in saying, we understand you're in the middle of managing a pandemic and you have to deal with DOJ sending letters to Democratic governors. So we'll pause on the information. And they come back in the legislative session in January. So I think they were actually reasonable. And I think the leadership was reasonable. I think you have some members who say, we should have had the information when we wanted it. Yeah, I understand that those were, some people feel that way, but.
I understand that y'all feels this way, all right? But I don't, your facts don't care about your fucking feelings, okay? As my Jewish friend Ben Shapiro says.
To them, Peter, say, well, then why didn't you send a demand letter? Why didn't you send a subpoena? I mean, if you really wanted it, that's what you would have done, right? Gareth, do you have anything to add on that?
I thought that was good. Thank you.
Okay, next question, operator.
Next up, we have Jeff Kulikowski from Channel 9 in Syracuse. Jeff, your line is now open. Please unmute your microphone.
Hi, Governor. How are you this afternoon?
Good. How are you?
Okay, thank you. So I'm wondering if you could provide a little clarification about the vaccine delays. Does that impact, have any impact at all on the state-run sites? I'm thinking of obviously the state fairgrounds here where we are in Syracuse.
It may. It may. We do not know yet, Jeff. We're compiling data, but the White House made it clear that the storm affected many of the transport hubs.
These transport hubs, all right, legitimately, all right. The issue is that my cousins and them, they knocked over too many trucks and they didn't have enough coming back in, all right. So it is what it is, okay. We can't stand here, question about what's going on right now at the moment. These transport hubs, the people that they couldn't get to their jobs, and when they can't get to their jobs because of the snow, the trucks don't move, and these fucking they union guys, they good union individuals. We fully support those people when they they have these no-show contracts and whatnot.
And that there are delays. We don't know specifically because they're all individual deliveries. It's amazing when you think about it, Jeff, but FedEx makes many of these deliveries. So we don't know yet exactly how many sites got their FedEx distribution and how many didn't.
You need to go talk to the guys at FedEx, all right? You know what I'm saying? They federal, they'll work with you, all right? They good guys down there and whatnot,
So how would you suggest people best track it? They'll be emailed if they're impacted, or what should we communicate to people tonight on the air?
We will, no appointments have been impacted thus far. If there is any impact, we'll let you know right away. No, there hasn't been any impact yet, right?
Correct. I mean, a lot of these sites are still using the weeks 1 through 9 allocation, and the weeks 10 allocations are the ones that have been delayed, and those are coming in slowly. Some have come in, many have not, but for the state sites, we're still using that weeks 1 through 9 allocation. So those appointments are still ongoing. If there is a delay, we'll notify people immediately, of course, and they'll just be postponed, not canceled.
And just one last point, there is a CDC call today at 2 p.m. So if we get any additional information from the CDC at 2 o'clock, we'll put out a press release immediately following and make sure all the local governments are aware of any change in this situation.
Next question, operator.
Governor, next up we have Karina Gary from WUTR-TV. Karina, your line is now open. Please unmute your microphone.
Hi, I'm so sorry about that earlier.
That's all right. Welcome back. It happens.
Thank you. So I'm actually going to veer off from the nursing homes. I've actually been contacting your office for a little bit about the New York 22nd congressional race. I'm not sure how familiar you are with it, but there were a lot of issues that came up, and actually the Oneida County Board of Election Commissioners had to resign, and only you can actually remove them. So if they hadn't resigned, you would have had to remove them. You know, we're really worried about everything we saw, what came up, all of their errors that came up. Is there anything that, you know, you can think of in terms of law that going forward where we can fix these type of issues?
You know, it's a good question, and it was very concerning what happened. And I think it's the right thing that those election commissioners resigned, frankly.
You know, it's a good thing that they resigned. Or else I had to go over there and throw them down a flight of steps. Like, yo, legit.
We have laws and laws and laws and laws, and then they have to be implemented. And at one point, it comes down to competence and diligence and capacity. I'm not saying that the election commissioners brought any bias to the job, and I don't have in-depth knowledge. But to me, it seems like basic incompetence in the administration of their functions. And many of these boards, they appoint political people who are not competent to do the job. You know, we even do it in elections. We fail to ask the question, are you competent to do the job?
Whoa. Let me tell you something, all right? All this wokety woke bullshit, okay? All this nonsense about hiring people because of how they believe in things, all right? And giving out awards because of, wait a minute. Not Miami, but everybody else's, you know what I'm saying? They just be giving out awards because, like, yo, they agree with their politics, okay? Not me, but everybody else, all right?
What's your experience? What's your ability? What have you ever accomplished? Are you competent? And I think it was a question of competence.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next question, operator.
Next up, we have Bill Mahoney from Politico. Bill, your line is now open. Please unmute your microphone.
Hi, Governor. Thank you for taking my question. Just wanted to follow up on your talks about the void, where I...
Well, you know, after I got out of the police academy, I decided to become a news reporter. I wanted to stand here and ask you, Governor Cuomo, how do you fucking sleep at night?
I think we all do want to get accurate information out there. Is there any chance you could release to the public whatever you sent to the DOJ as a way for us to help get the story out about what actually happened? And also, are there any other transcripts from any other meetings you've had on this subject that you might be able to share with the press to help illustrate better how this played out and get this accurate information to the world?
Look, if I would have no problem with it, I would have to have the lawyers talk to DOJ, but I would have no problem with it. You know, there were two corresponding mistakes, Bill, and part of it is a function of the time. We're managing the pandemic. You guys want information. Information takes time, which I think you don't appreciate.
I mean, you know, we live in the information age, okay? You know, I understand, like, we have computers and all this, but I don't really know how it works. As far as I know, there's, like, gremlins inside of these things making megapixels or some shit, from what I understand, all right? You know, I only really know anything, you know, if Joe Rogan tells it to me himself. All right. I don't really understand any of this stuff in the end of the day. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I don't know all this technology stuff. All right. You know, this information, it takes time for me to do things because I got to find somebody who knows what they're doing. And I only hire people, you know what I'm saying, who don't know exactly what it is they're doing because because they work for a friend of mine who's a friend of mine who's a friend of theirs. Don't ask me all these questions about information. Okay.
And information takes time from the same people who are managing the pandemic, right? You ask a technical question.
Hey, my father died.
They have to go to the people at this table because the situation is moving so fast. Except the people at this table are day to day involved 100%. So that's not an excuse. It's an explanation, but it's not an excuse. We did not provide enough public information. And by the way, in this situation, I don't know that you could ever provide enough public information because one set of questions begat another set of questions. But we did not provide enough information.
And you know, one thing leads to another, Man, look, don't ask me all these questions. Okay, just don't. You don't need to be asking me these questions. You know, it's unnecessary. All right, there, Joe. Don't sit here and ask me questions about things. We're busy. Okay, we're busy over here at the moment. That's what we're dealing with a pandemic. All right, we got things to do. We're busy, Joe. Okay, we're busy as shit at the moment.
That's one phenomenon. Second phenomenon, okay, now there's a void. The politics is intense and miserable and personal. Donald Trump himself started this, COVID is a democratic state problem, and the Democratic governors are killing people in nursing homes. Remember,
this is Donald Trump's fault, okay? In the end of the day, all right, this is Donald Trump's fault, okay? The fact that I put these old people back into these nursing homes, all right, and left them to die is literally Donald Trump's fault. Donald Trump made me do this, okay? Because, he made me hate people his age. So I just started stacking them all. I was concerned, all right? I figured if there was one old person who ended up running and won the election, okay, and ended up causing all of this, I had to kill all of them. Okay, that's what happened at the moment. All right, Joe, don't stand here. Don't think it was my fault. All right, this is Donald Trump's fault completely. Okay.
That was a national Republican strategy. It's
a national Republican strategy to stand here and tell everybody about what we was doing. Okay. Like, we're trying to get rid of all these old white people so we can get lots of brown people who will vote for us, whether or not we're doing a good job, okay? Because, we stood here and bought their votes with free stuff all the time, all right? Look, man, you know what we did. Like, don't ask me questions about this right now. It's unnecessary.
Blew up when the nursing homes deaths happened in Republican states. And it didn't jive.
When the Republican states ended up standing here and leaving everything open and people didn't die, it caused us a major problem. All right. And now you guys is looking at me when Donald Trump's gone like it's still my fault. No, this is all because of Donald Trump. All right. Donald Trump's fault completely. OK, don't ask me these questions no more.
With the facts, because New York is number 34. Forget all this other garbage. New York is number 34 in nursing home deaths. How is it so terrible?
The number 24, though, right? You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to put that in there real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just before we ended up continuing forward and whatnot.
Deaths, and we had COVID before anybody else, and we had it worse than anyone else, and we had no notice, right? But then in the void, now all the local politicians, this one should call on the resignation of Dr. Zucker. Are you kidding me, Congressman? You didn't have a congresswoman who is anti-Semitic and asks for execution of Democrats, you supported her.
Are you kidding me? You got people over here who was out here calling individuals for deaths and whatnot, all right? You got these anti-Semite Nazi individuals in your party you need to deal with before you come looking at me about what it is that I need to do. You need to stop this nonsense, all right? This is complete and utter bullshit. You need to stop it at the moment.
Other congressperson, the administration should resign. You were part of the insurrection at the Capitol where people died. I mean, but it's all this political toxicity, and then you get some people who have a personal agenda. Some people who have had a long-term problem with this office, which still goes on, where we believe there was unethical, if not illegal, activity. And that continues. So now you have that in the mix. But that all fills this void. Now, you could say, Bill, because you've covered this a long time, well, that's just another day in politics, right? Accusation, cross-accusation, you did this, I did this. That's just another day in politics, right? That's mudslinging. That's why people are disgusted with the whole thing. Yes, but, and there's a big but here, and this is why I made a mistake being complacent, and this is why I'm no longer going to be complacent. It wasn't the normal political back and forth. You had a different audience. The audience were the grieving families of nursing home victims. That was the audience. And it wasn't just the normal back and forth with you as a reporter and tweets and this garbage and that garbage, which I do dismiss, to tell you the truth. I don't even read Twitter. I do dismiss it.
I completely dismiss this nonsense, all right? It's utter and complete bullshit, okay? I dismiss this. I'll be honest, this guy fucking reminds me of Scooby. It might be his fucking uncle. Who goddamn knows? Like, yo, look, man, I'm about to shut this bitch down because it's getting a little fucking long. It's about 33 minutes at the moment. Yo, man, if you enjoy this content, you know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that Patreon link in the description. You know what it is, all right? I'm Tom Pease of Pnoid News. Peace.